Hi, I'm Moody, feeling Moody. You know it means it's time for a moon message. Today's moon is the waning gibbous moon under the astrological sign of Aquarius. This is a message for singles like me. Holy Spirit, what it is, a message for singles. Situationship. Somebody's having fun, and now it's escalating to something else. Ooh. The partner that you're with, they want it both ways. They want to have that cake. They want to eat it too. They want to be committed because they are committed somewhere else. But they want to have this situationship also because they are having fun. I mean, they truly enjoy the company of another, and so they're playing it both ways at the moment. They want to have their cake and they want to eat it too. That's what I'm feeling. That's called having your cake and eating it too. All right, Spirit. What do you say towards this? What do you say? And you know, it's okay to hang out and have fun, but if you do that regularly and then you start to develop feelings and you know it's not going anywhere because they're in a commitment. For some of you, they've come out and told you that they are committed somewhere else. So, yeah, and you know what else, singles? If they're committed, if they're married, right, but yet they're hanging out with you, doing all of this and that, once they leave that person and go with you, they're going to do the same thing to you. Absolutely. Once somebody shows you they're unworthy, they're kind of unworthy. I mean, usually a snake will shed their skin, but they're still a snake. And you deserve an amazing relationship. Spirit's saying to take steps to heal doubts about yourself. Because if somebody is dealing with somebody who's already committed, and they have a lot of fun with them, right? Of course, because there's no responsibilities. They're free to go and come, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. But eventually their feelings are growing. They're having too much fun. They're wishing for something more. Right. Think about that, though. If they're already unworthy, right? A lot of times people enjoy just being with somebody's husband or wife because there is no responsibility, right? They get to go home and be with their commitment, and that's where all their responsibility goes, and they are able to hang out with you and have fun. Some people are okay with that. Because usually they're okay with settling. That's kind of settling because, you know, deep down, you know you want that relationship, but you want to continue to see that person in hopes that their commitment dies. Okay. Yeah, let's keep it green here. And it kind of allows you to get rid of some of the lonely time that you spend by spending with somebody else who is committed. I don't know. It's all this rationale for being in this situationship. I'm rationalizing why it's okay. It's okay to date somebody who's unworthy in a committed relationship with somebody else. I mean, come on. This definitely allows you to keep the focus off of you and what you should be doing, kind of keeping the pressure off of yourself too, because you're out and about and you don't have to focus on what's important. But then when they're not around and you wish you could call and you can't because they're committed, it's almost like you're like, why do I keep doing this? I hear it's like, why do I keep going in circles? It's called settling. It's called settling, repeating the same old pattern, expecting different results. Somebody's doing that. Somebody is with a partner that wants it both ways. You know it because they're in a commitment. But when you have time and you spend time, you have fun. You have fun. And so your feelings is growing. Theirs is growing too, but they're not leaving that wife or husband. They're not leaving their kids. And as much as you know that you need to get out of this, when they call you, they get you out of your loneliness. So you procrastinate on doing something about it. And one more time, it won't hurt. Some of you, when you call them, they don't have the time. Like they're too busy. Like if you catch them at a bad time. But all the time seems to be a bad time, right? Because they're involved in something else. Matter of fact, they don't like you to even call them. They call you when they want to see you. This is the energy. Yeah, they don't make time for you. They're not attentive. They can't be because they're emotionally involved somewhere else. Somebody is just tolerating this type of behavior. Right. They're just settling. Just settling. Didn't I say that? Look what comes. Settling. That's what this is. Staying with somebody who isn't right for you just because it's safe or because they feel that emptiness. They feel that void. You want them to be a distraction. All right. Why? Somebody's also addicted. Struggling with some type of addiction. Okay. Also, somebody wants just a situationship because they don't want anybody to know the real them. Right? To know what they're going through, to know that they have an addiction. If they had a committed relationship, they'd be all up in their business. With this situationship and this person that is somebody else's wife or husband, they go home. And so this person can continue their addiction. That's for some. That's for some. Either way, this whole situation's causing a lot of anxiety. A lot of anxiety. Okay, Spirit. Something's happening that it can't go on as status quo. Settling is becoming very uncomfortable and creating a lot of anxiety. Okay, Spirit, what else do you recommend for singles in this situation? First of all, your value, your worth has to increase. When you know your value, your worth, you don't settle for something less than that. You just don't. So that is very important. The Ace of Pentacles is very valuable. Very, very valuable. Knight of Wands. Plus, there's an inconsistency here. Like they never have time for you. When you need them, they're busy. They're busy. They're making excuses. They're not available. You deserve more than that. This is like very flighty, like you're on standby when they think of you or when they have time for you and they could fit you in. Oof. Spirit says, yes, you got to hear it harsh the way it is. Okay. Alone. Alone. Sometimes you may want to be alone, and if it is because of an addiction, get help. Get help. But other times you are with this behavior, with this person, you're on standby because you're settling, right? You just don't want to be alone. But meanwhile, you're taking a loss. Because you're wasting your time. And when we allow somebody that we're unaligned with, somebody to just settle to pass the time in, that's a distraction. That's keeping you tied up from what you need to be exposed to and in relationship with. Somebody's occupying that space. You can't have somebody else come in. No. But when you know your value, you stand alone and you wait for the right thing to come in. And nothing can come unless you got space for it. Unless you can invite it in. What else does the collective need to know? Singles. It's a good thing that you stopped by. Whoa. Shut up. I said it's a good thing that you stopped by. The High Priest is all about your intuition. It's been bugging you lately. So uncomfortable with this situation. Yeah, you're being made to feel so uncomfortable with this situation. It's like, how could you? What? On standby. No. That is not what Spirit meant for you. Look. Destiny and fate is knocking at your door because this is something you got to give up. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard because you enjoy each other. You enjoy spending time with somebody else's husband or wife. You do. And that has to come to an end. Your intuition has been like, what? Lights blaring. Yeah, you are supposed to be somewhere else. When you get 3 cards in a row like this, the High Priestess, the Wheel, and the Sun, it's like you know something better is in store for you once you let this go. Once you realign yourself with what is supposed to be yours. What is in the cards for you. Your tribe. Something that aligns with your purpose, your value. And once you get back on path, you cannot let anything take you off path until you obtain what it is you're going after. Some people start doing this. Some time for some of you could go by. And then out of the blue, they call you and you're available. What? No. What else, Spirit? You have, some of you already, and I know because the High Priestess, the Wheel, and the Sun just don't show up for no reason. And God doesn't force us. He just talks to us in that little small voice inside of us. And until we get sick and tired of being sick and tired, right, he just continues to play the same tape. You know you're settling. You're on standby. You're a booty call. Whatever he has to say to make us see the truth. Okay. And the truth is the Ace of Cups. The issue is what we even tell ourselves. Sometimes we sabotage ourselves. Oh, I can't do any better. I can't let this go. The sex is too good. Let me tell you something. God is never going to send you somebody's husband or wife. Never. He's never going to do that. Right? Right. So, the Ace of Cups is really loving yourself, protecting yourself, tempering yourself. The Temperance card, right? Controlling yourself until you get what is rightfully yours. See, with the Wheel, nobody can take that from you. Nobody can stop that. Once it's turning in your favor and you're going along with it, you're going towards this. Nobody can stop that. You don't even want to stop that. But it's getting to that point. getting to that point. It's very difficult. Getting to the point where you love you, where you're too valuable to be on somebody's short list, on auto dial. When they have availability, they give you the attention when they can. No, 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 no. Ace of Cups takes back your power and says, I'm not available anymore. That's right. They are going to get what? What do you mean? What do you mean collective's not available? What are you talking about? Okay. Right. Then what, Spirit? Yeah, then they start communicating. Look at that. When you turn your back, they don't want you to disappear. They like it that you're on call. You're on speed dial. Yeah, they come back wanting to communicate, promising intimacy. But the truth is, they've already told you who they are. They're unworthy because they're cheating on their partner, their commitment. So, see, some of you are taking a gamble that, maybe I could convince them to fall in love with me. Maybe this, maybe that. Talking yourself into staying a little while longer, but it's no use. I'm just telling you. They're not going to leave them, number one. It's you are wasting your time. I just had to tell you that. What else, Spirit, do you want me to say here? What else does this single person that I'm talking to need to hear at this time? Yeah, they feel that you're very needy anyway. You always need. But it's not that you're needy. It's that they don't want to give what you need. Right? Right. Yeah, you two are mirroring each other because they are out playing the field, being the Knight of Wands, because of things they haven't dealt with inside of their self. And you're dealing with things by tolerating this kind of behavior. So it's almost like you two are mirroring each other. You're reflecting your wounded energy towards each other. Think about that, because there is a mirror. We attract the type of energy that we put out there. So maybe there's a little bit of Knight of Wands in us, but the truth is we really want something more. We want something solid. We want the Ace of Pentacles, something stable, secure, that we can count on. So right now we're settling, though, coming up with all type of excuses in our head to continue that, but yeah, you deserve a true commitment, an engagement with a partner, one that's going to be worthy of you, faithful to you, yeah, committed to you, one that's going to be in union for eternity. Like, you don't want any in and out relationship at this point in your life. You want something solid, but it's not with this person. I mean, they're very seductive. I'm sure they're very cute. And when you hang out, you go to Coney Island, you go to some kind of amusement park, maybe on a picnic. It's very romantic. But it's not reality. It has Neptune dripped all over it. It's an illusion. It's a fantasy. And, when you put yourself back around them, the whole game of seduction starts. It's flirting. It's a hookup. It's temptation. And it's third-party interference. And just think about this. When you get into a commitment, if you're messing around with somebody else's husband, karma comes right back, right? What you do, it comes right back to you. So think of all of that is wrapped up in this situationship. It's really a lot of fun. But behind it is a lot of risk and sabotage. And it looks all glamorous and glitzy on the outside, but I just feel the temptation, the reciprocal actions that you're going to feel as a result of this when you do meet somebody that you love. You just got to think this one through. This hand of cards, it's like the game is over. That's what I'm hearing. The game needs to be over because it is a game. There's no commitment. Nothing's going to materialize out of this. And you deserve more. You deserve more. And the only way that you're going to get it is to leave this alone. So that's what I got for you. I hope you could resonate with what was said. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and leave me a comment. Tell me how you're going to escape this situation. Until the next moon phase, namaste.